And first up, as far as pros, I think this thing has quite a solid sound profile. The overall function of this thing is relatively easy to navigate. There's a really nice and easy way to mix between computer playback and zero latency monitoring. You are technically getting everything you need to start recording: the microphone, the cable, and a desktop mount. And it has a built-in mute button, which is pretty decently implemented. But then we have the cons of this thing, and number one for me is there was a little bit of ringing if you tap on the microphone. It's not the worst, but I do need to point that out. Also, I find the polar pattern selection function on microphone to be a little bit confusing, and I imagine a lot of people who do not use the app are going to end up being on the wrong polar pattern because the only indication is the light on the top of this thing as I scratch it. And lastly, the mute function. This is a bit nitpicky, but it doesn't have a fade in or out, so it does have a click if you mute yourself in the middle of a sentence, but that's very, very nitpicky.